You're live. Well, what am I doing? Look at that rubbish in my bag. Crunchies. It's just making me fat into salted crisps. Crunchy crisps. Wife is just trying to feed me. Oh dear. Well, we got one in the chat. Show yourself, who are you? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines, whatever they are. Got 4 in the chat now. Well, you might realise I ain't been fishing just lately. Brett, evening, bud. You're right, Brett. I shall let. Is your video up yet, Brett? Because if it is, I'll watch it after this. I shall have a shower, get myself all cleaned up, Brett. Get myself all nice and clean, and then I shall watch you on the pier. Dan Omas, hey Vern. You're right, Dan. Stephen, how are you feeling, mate? Are you had your operation yet? All right, Vern, mate, just watch your trolley video. Yeah, that's the last. I've got one more video from yesteryear. It was when I first started YouTube up. It's only 20 minutes long, and it was total mooning because it was in the days when you didn't realise that you had to get to the bays at a certain time, like 6 hours or 7 hours before high water. And all I did was moan and rant and didn't even do any fishing. So you might see that one day. And it'll be quite good, actually, to put that up. Because we're all getting older, aren't we, as casters say, you know. And I'll look a lot younger. And I'm certainly not limping either. Evening, Vern. Rock like that. Thank you, mate. Uploading now, mate. Make sure you're wearing Brute. Yes, I've got Brute. I'll put that on. All right, James. Thanks for tuning in, mate. It's just a short live. Well, it's not a short live. It'll just go on for as long as it'll go on. Evening, Vern. Sorry I'm late. You're not late, Alan. I've only just gone live. It's what, 3 minutes? 2 minutes 58. No, not yet, mate. I'm on sick now, but back out at work 2 weeks ago. All right, okay. Well, good luck when you get the operation. Stevie B. You have to... I need to get me other glasses, don't I? Shall I go get me other glasses? Can you bring my glasses, Pet, please? My green ones, because I can't read the little writing. Let me just see if she's outside. Right, she's not outside. All right, Andrew. I saw your message. Could have done that whilst drinking a beer doing a live. You can't fix anything while doing a live because I'll get engrossed into doing it. Yeah, Pet, I'm on camera, ain't I? Star can't go away. I might lose some subscribers.
You don't want to lose any more.
No, I don't want to lose any more, do I?
They all know that you're not very nice, see? I'll tell you what it is.
What? I am nice.
People were saying how you are bad mouthing me all the time, see?
What do you mean bad mouthing you?
Because you're not nice to me.
I never have been.
But people have seen it now, they don't like it.
Look, Pet, you know it's all it's not true.
It's all what?
It's not true, is it?
What?
I'm not a bigot.
Do you want me to lie? No, he's not, no.
I'm not. Why don't you get indoors and do...
Stop banging
do your spanner bit.
You're a spanner, I'm not.
Yeah. She brought my glasses for me. She's good, she is. Bailey Boo's just said hi, wife. Stephen Fly said, no, not yet, mate. I'm on sick now. Put my back out at work 2 weeks. Oh, right. Thanks for the capitals, Stephen, but I've got my other glasses on now. Should be okay. You haven't done the shower. No, I haven't done the shower. I've been busy working on other people's houses. Chuckle to rarely fishing. Evening, Verns. It's Outcast Peter. Well then, Peter, you're right, mate. I ain't very consistent on time with saying good morning, am I, in the mornings, because I just go on one and I'm like doing my stuff, and then I think, oh, I'll check Facebook, and normally it's at night and I end up saying evening. So, but you should know that by now, because it's Alfie. Hey up, Vern. Hope you're okay. Stop picking on your wife. I ain't picking on the wife. For God's sake, don't lose me any more subscribers through picking on the wife, or else I'll have to put her across my knee. Vern enjoyed the trolley video. Thank you, Ray. Wife's all right. She's been to London. She's had expensive lager and wine, and yeah, I'm just glad to be back to drink the cheap stuff. Right, now then, I don't know if Paul P is on air at the minute, but Paul P might watch it over the weekend or tomorrow or any time, really. But he asked me to show him my pen spin fisher, the small reel, and my spin fisher, pen spin fisher reel that I always use. He wanted to see the difference between the 7,500 long cast and the 5,500 long cast. He lost his nuts. What are you on about? So, how am I going to do this? Because it's all in the garage. It's all a bit ad hoc. So, yeah. So, let me just get the reels. Oh. Right. So, for Paul P, so this is 7,500 long cast pen spin fisher. Absolutely awesome reel. Where'd that come from? Awesome. Been watching too much of Graham, haven't I? Well, he ain't doing much sea fishing now, is he? But I still try and watch it. So yeah, that's the pen spin fisher 7,500. Paul P. I don't think it's Peter P. Could be Peter P. I did check before this, but with my memory being useless, I've forgotten whether it's Paul or Peter. But whichever one it is, it's Mr. P. And this, I will show you them together. This is the pen spin fisher 5,500 long cast. Now the spool isn't as big, but it's still a long cast spool because it's wider, it's deeper from there to there. There to there, it's deeper. And he wanted to know the difference in the size between them. So from that, I hope you can see the size difference. It is drastically smaller. I was quite chuffed with how big it was and how small it was, if that makes sense. But yeah, Paul or Peter, but it's Paul P or Peter P. I'm very sorry. I do apologise. I did check beforehand, but I've forgotten since then because I've had to breathe before then, and then I've forgotten. All right, Tony Park, Les Edwards. Nice to see you. Yeah, that's the difference in size. This is the 7,500 long cast spin fisher, and this is the 5,500 spin fisher long cast. Now, why have I bought this? Because I bought this, and the reason being is I bought these when these first come out, and you can't fault them. For the money, there is not a better reel out there. This spool, when you're reeling in a big bunch of weed or a big fish, some spools go side to side as the rotor goes round, the bail arm goes round. It's pulling a lot of tension, and wherever the bail arm is going, the spool is doing this. It's oscillating, and you can see it going side to side, but really it's going round in like an egg shape. With these reels, it doesn't do that. I never see this reel going like this, the spool. My Akuma Surf 8Ks, they go side to side because the shaft isn't as strong. So when you got a lot of weight, and don't knock me on it, they're good reels. Tom uses them. I used to use them. But then I bought these, and these don't move at all. The Akuma 8K Surf does. If you get a load of weed on or a big fish and you're yanking it in, you can see the spool moving. This one, you can see the spool moving slightly. It's not as perfect as this one, but it is a cracking reel. It is of the same stock. It's waterproof. It's everything. It works. This is what I use on my boat rod, and yeah, I can't knock it. Yeah, it's not as sturdy as this one, and it's probably not. Hang on, wait a minute. I'll be back in a minute. Don't go away. Don't unsubscribe. Where is that bloody reel? No, I had all them. Oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. Hang on a minute. I'm still here. I'm still here. You might have heard me. I'm going up there. Ooh. Now then, this one here. So that's the difference between the 7,500 and the 5,500 long cast. Now this one here, this is the 8,500. Now you might think, bloody hell, Vern, you got a lot of reels, haven't you? But I've bought it for a purpose. Now, I ain't going to use it that often because I'm struggling at the minute. This is my Rockmark fishing reel. This is a Penn Spin Fisher 8,500. And it's not got a quick drag on it. It's one of these drags that you have to undo. It's not like a long cast drag. You have to undo it before it starts to work. There's no flicker switch on it for you to flick it to go with the opposite, well, to go the opposite direction either. So, bit of a bugbear, but I bought this. It's only a normal spinning reel. It's not a long cast reel. It is just a normal spool. It is capable of going on a boat. You could use that on a boat quite easily. It's got loads of graunch on it, and I bought it for rock marks. So I'll use that with my Ron Thompson accelerator. Paired up together, I should be able to pull that, most things out of that. And to be honest, nearly said it, didn't I? If I put braid on that, I'd just be like them northeast lads who fish in the rocks all the time, because they must know what they're doing. But I'm not keen on braid. Don't know much about it, and I'm just going to use mono to start. And if I lose rigs, you lose rigs, don't you? So yeah. So we've got the, if anybody wants to know the difference in size, 8,500 on my left, 7,500 long cast on my right. With this also, the gearbox, I figured the gearbox in that will be stronger than this one. It is different. It's just more of a beast for a rock mark, and it will last, won't it? I mean, I don't want to drop it, but you know, it will last because it's got the graunch on it, and it's made for yanking up big things or pulling out of rocks, I suppose. So I got that, and then obviously the 5,500 against the 8,500. Again, it's got the back's different. It's got a switch, whereas this one hasn't, for reversing it. So Peter or Paul P, I think it's Paul P, but I'm sure I'll get told. I hope that helps you out. Why did I buy the spin fishers? Well, I bought the spin fishers ages ago, and I'm quite happy with them. They just don't go wrong. In the whole time I've had these reels, and I use these all through winter in the river. This year it's been 7 months I've used them. Not every week, but sometimes once a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks, sometimes twice in 1 week. It all depends on what time I get. And yeah, have I serviced them? No. Have I took the spool off? Do I wash them? I wash these every time I come home. I rinse them under a cold tap thoroughly. Take the band off, rinse all the line, rinse this. Every time I take the line off, I clean the inside of the spool with WD-40. Make sure there's no white fur growing on it. And yeah, it's the way it is. So they still look good. I've got spare spools for these. The reason I bought this, because I got this cheap. This cost me £120. There was another one there that was shop soiled, which was 100 quid. But I bought this, it's £124. Other people are trying to get 150, 160 quid for it. So it was at the right price, so I just bought it off eBay off a chap. And it come in the box brand new. So I was quite happy with that. Are Penn bringing out a new spin fisher? I believe they are. I was told last year they were going to bring one out this year. Now, whether that's the case, it is their premium reel, really, I think, for leading the way. It changes each year. And then all the other ones, like the battles and blasters and whatever else, sort of like take their tips off this reel, really. So that's what it is. So I was asked to show this reel. I said I'd probably do it in a live, and I've gone live tonight. So it's been shown tonight. That's the way. So that's that done. Which one's that? That's the one that go in that bag. I just wanted to get it in the right bag. I've got a setup for rock marks. So I've got reel, rod, all the rigs are tied in that bag with rotten bottoms on. I've got weights in there. Everything in that mustard bag that you've seen that I use when I go to Salton Bay in the Lake District is all set up for rock marks. Have I been on a rock mark yet? No, I haven't, because it came to winter and I hate winter. I don't mind it on a nice day, but winter time, it just means cold, very cold, and even more cold and windy. And that's why I go to the river. That's my choice. I go to the river because it's more convenient to me. The fish seem to be in there this year. I did quite well. And yeah, so that's what I do. Hopefully this year I'll be going to the rock marks. I will be sort of like making an assertive effort to do that. Hopefully around the country. Have you ever come across Evolution Match CT rods, Verns? I've seen them on Facebook, thinking of getting one. Supposed to be good rods. They're about 300 quid. Yeah, well, I don't know about them, but you know, you have to sometimes think that are these rods made in China, don't you? And a lot of people, I've heard Tony Kerridge talk about it, about some rods that he uses and stuff, that he tends to leave it a while. When a new rod comes out, he leaves it for a year or whatever to see if these rods break. if they don't break and he likes them, he then goes get them. So yeah, evolution rods, I don't know much about them. I've seen them on Facebook. They look all right, don't they? But who knows? There'll probably be a cracking rod. It's not for me to say, is it? But if I was buying a rod, would I buy? I'd buy what's been about for a bit, to be fair. And you know what I'm like. I've got 4 icons up there, which are multiplier rods. I've got my 2 Kenzakis. You can't go wrong with them Kenzakis. They're Japanese, aren't they? Put together in Scotland, so it's put together in this country. You can't fault the build quality of them Daiwas. Yeah, what else is there to say? I mean, there's Century, isn't there? There's still get a good Ziplex now, can't you? I'm impressed with all the Ziplexes I've got because they all feel different. They're all different rods. But do I know anything about the Evolution CT? Only what I've seen on Facebook. And that's it, really. To be fair. Yeah, we can't say to be fair. It's a bit bloody, it's a bit wrong, innit? About time you've done a live. Love them, though you would have done them in London with the wife. Yeah, but we didn't have time. I tell you what, London is so bloody stressful. I couldn't wait to get home. I was walking across Tower Bridge and I thought, why am I doing this? I did this back in the 70s. Why am I doing it again? And all it's become is more busy with cones everywhere and bloody this, that and the other and cars parked on the bridge because they can't move. And when I went there in the 70s, we drove over Tower Bridge from the north side to the south. And as we got over Tower Bridge past the second little tower, we parked on the road. We parked on the main road. Well, you can't do that now. That's how it's changed since the 70s to now. It's, you know, it was a sunny day. It was nice. I was with the wife, so it was in good company. We had a drink. We didn't have a drink on the second day. I don't know why. Just run out of time because she got us lost on the tube. All right, Nicky. Mad Mick, are you okay, mate? A lad from Whitehaven has a YouTube channel. Has them said they're great rods. Lad on YouTube? Who's that then, Stephen? I mean, I've only seen him on Facebook. I ain't got a clue about him, but 300 quid. For £229, you can have a Kenzaki. So, you know, and that Kenzaki, I can't bend that. There's no way. I was talking to Alan the other night, and I said to Alan, there's no way that I could use that rod to its limit. Let alone, well, I can't because of my hip, because I get too much pain from my hip. Scaffold angler. Oi, oi. Ray Molden, Nicky Smith. Good to have you all on. Earl from Whitehaven or Robson? Earl hasn't got a hasn't Robson got a new rod? Did I not see Robson? Can someone tell Robson that it's not summertime? It's not summertime until I think, is it June the 21st is the first day of summer? Robson, something he is mates with Earl. He never goes fishing with Earl though, does he, Stephen? I was driving through Whitehaven one day and I was driving down the road to go to Salton Bay and there was Robson walking along the side of the road delivering letters. And I was like, I nearly stopped the car. He went on YouTube then, but I knew Robson because I've watched his really old videos when he pulls in them great big cods on the heads. And I was going to jump out of the car, but there was a couple of cars behind and I couldn't. And that year, it was probably 2 years ago, when I put the videos up to Salton Bay, Robson actually commented on it and said, let us know and I'll give you some advice or whatever, but never comes to anything. But yeah, he's a nice lad, is Robson. But I think he's got a new rod. Alan's Wales is better than Alan, mate. Free parking when fishing as well. Yeah, but the problem is, Alan, with Andrew, the problem with bloody Wales is it's going to be 20 mile an hour everywhere because of that plonker that's running your country. Vernon, it's boiling. I don't know what that means. All right, waterside. London, no thanks. Robson, yeah. Yep. Yeah, if someone can tell him it's not summer, it'd be great. Right, so what's this video about tonight? I've shown the reels for Paul P or Peter P. It's Paul P, I'm sure it is. Why haven't I been fishing? Well, the last video I did, you watched where I caught the bass and I was fishing up the cliff. That day, that fish, that was the first time on the beach for me, and it knocked me up. For 2 days after that, I was trying to work on the house and it was hard work. I was absolutely shagged for 2 days. Absolutely, my thighs ached, my calves ached, everything ached, including my hip. And I really struggled. I really did struggle on that. It don't really show on the video how hard it was to fish. I absolutely love fishing the cliffs in those parts of the beaches and stuff. I really do enjoy it. It's what I enjoy most about fishing. Clamber down the cliff, hit a beach, not many people on it, you're on your own. It's absolutely brilliant. But especially, well, I'm 55 and with my hip it's a struggle. I really have to struggle to get down. If the get downs are okay, it's not so bad, but throughout the day you're walking up and down the beach, yeah, it takes it out of you and you're absolutely knackered. And then the climb back up and the walk back to the van, after about your 4th or your 5th trip on the go without missing a week, you start acclimatizing to it and getting a little bit fitter, which is obvious really. But I can't run anywhere, I can't do much exercise because of my hip. So in a few, I think the next time I go fishing I'll be shattered again. So after that, if I keep going, I should be okay. But it was a struggle that day. I did sit on my box for like an hour and a quarter towards the end of the video, which wasn't filmed at all. And then when I was walking around, I thought that's done me some good, and that's what enabled me to get back up the cliff and walk to my van. I do need a Wally Brett, but it'd need bloody 4x4 motor and great big knobbly tyres. You're 55. Yeah, I am 55 now, Alan. I was 55 on May the 12th. Yeah, you know. You're right, JD. Right, so it's an unboxing. Now, I don't know how I'm going to show this because I've got to do it. You're not going to see these dulcet tones here, these chiseled looks. Let me get these reels away so they're out of the way. Right, now then, I've had many people contact me. I find the walk down is okay, but the getting back up does me in Vern. I tell you what, it all knackers me. I mean, that last video, I probably said it in the video, I don't know, but I walked. You can get to the mark from 2 points. Both points have gone. You know, they need chopping in. So I walked one way round with no gear and walked back to the van. I got all my gear out, I put it all on me. I walked the other way, right round to nearly the other point, and figured out that there was a path down. And I then realised I'd left my phone in the van. So I took all the gear off. I walked all the way back to the van again, got my phone, got some kitchen roll to blow my nose, and walked all the way back. I then clambered down the cliff. And then the only place I could fish, really, for a safe place to fish to get up the cliff was down at the original get down. So I then had to walk all the way down the beach to get to the original get down, which isn't quite there now. So that as soon as the tide come in, which it came in because all the sand's gone off the beach by there's about 1.5 meters of sand missing off that beach. It's just gone. And yeah, I was absolutely shattered. I must have walked over 2 mile with my box on. We're going backwards and forwards and everything, and I was absolutely shattered. And when I cast, the first cast I did, I nearly fell over because my hip gave way halfway through the cast. And that's just it. You know, you can't cast with a bad hip. It's just, if the hip is okay, you can cast and you can do it. But when you're coming round, you're about to do this and your hip gives way as you're going like this, you're going to fall over. And it's just the way it is. So you just have to take it with a pinch of salt and do the best you can. Try being 62. You're all young. Mate, I'm looking forward to 62 because by then I'll have 2 new hips. I reckon I'm 55, feeling sometimes as though I'm 70 because I got off the sofa just before this live and nearly fell over in the front room. Right. Now then, I've had many people contact me for free goods. Not for review. Because it's not a sponsorship. I'm telling you that now. So, I've had headlight manufacturers. I've had that Placino people doing the fucking them. Ooh, excuse me, doing bloody this, that, and the other, which it don't mean nothing to me. You know, it's just not interested. I've had a bearing company from China contact me wanting to do a collaboration with each other, and then I can have whatever bearings I want. Well, that went. I was quite interested in that, but I had 3 comments, and on the 3rd comment I did to him, I was answering him back saying, well, are you interested or not? And I thought, well, you're a bit short. And yeah, well, give me some more info on what you've got. Didn't hear any more from him, so he got deleted off. He can sod off. If I want a bearing, I'll bloody buy a bearing. That's what I say. Connor Outdoor Activities, $1.99. Well, thank you very much. Is that to me? Thank you very much, Connor. You are from Suffolk, aren't you? I think. You are from Suffolk. You do fish Suffolk a lot, don't you? Thank you very much, Connor. It's much appreciated. Is Dev on there? Brighton Angler. How's that arm, Dev? Was it a big fish that broke it? Right, well, I'm glad you're all chatting in the lot. 76, that's not bad. Anyhow, we got a giveaway. No, I ain't got a giveaway. Forget that. Anyhow, I've had a few people contact me, and I haven't really been interested in it because the goods that they sent that they're trying to do, I'm not really interested in. Head torches and stuff. If it was Phoenix, which I use all the time, and they said to me, we'd like you to look at a head torch, then I'd say, yeah, oh yes, please. If it was a pen reel spin fisher, or if it was a dioa rod or something, yeah, I'd be well happy. But, you know, it's whatever. But I've used this in the past, not this particular item, but things like it. So, this come through the post. They contacted me and said, we'd like to do a collaboration with you. We'd like you to do a video off our camera. They've sent me a camera. So I said, yeah, fair dues. That'll be quite handy. I've also tried to do something else as well, but I haven't heard anything back from them for somebody else as well. So hopefully that'll come up and it'll benefit them. If you need a good head torch, Bailey, get a Phoenix. I think the 25R or something was the latest one that I heard about a year ago, which was really good. But this one, it's all right. It's the one that I've got. It is a, well, I don't know what one it is really. Is it the 40 something or whatever? But Phoenix, look at Phoenix. There are others out there better. So yeah, so anyhow, this company phoned me up, emailed me, and said, would you, if we send you a camera, would you do a video? And I said, yeah. What I'll do is I'll do a live unboxing it. And then what I'll do is I'll do a video doing casting. Well, what I'm intending to do is to show this camera now. I am not sponsored by him. I'm just been given the camera, which is very nice of him. Yeah, Bailey, Phoenix. I think there was one called Summit 25R. It was their latest one out. But if you actually phone Phoenix up, I think they're down Bristol way, and just talk to them, because they're all nice chaps. And my one broke after a year. No, it was 14 months it was. And the charging point broke on the light. And I phoned them up. Thank you very much, Peter Marsh. Thank you very much. £5. Thank you, Peter. I phoned them up and they said, we aren't bothered about it being out of warranty. Send it to us and we'll do it, evaluate it, and we'll sort you out. And I sent it to them and I phoned them up and said, have you got it? And they said, yeah. I said, what standard is it in? They said, well, it's perfect. I said, but it's got sand in the thing. When you turn the thing, you can hear the sand in it. He says, yeah, but that's nothing. He said, you ain't damaged that light. You've looked after it and it's just failed. And they sent me a new one. But in the interim period, I didn't have a head torch. So I bought another one, the same, off Amazon. So I've still got one boxed up, not been used. And I've got the one that they sent me that I'm still using. It's the 40R, I think. It's got a built-in battery. So once the battery's knackered, the head torch is buggered. But you can now get the ones with the battery. They're a big, long battery that you get in them. And I think the 25, whatever it was, is their latest one, which was doing really well. Don't get the 65R or the Shadow 65 or whatever that is, because I bought that and sent it back. It was crap. Not crap, it was good light, but it weren't what I wanted. I wanted something that you could put it on a spot beam and it would, you could actually see 40, 50 yards, 60, 70 yards out, because they say it travels 300 yards, but as soon as it goes into the darkness where the sea is, it just disappears, the light. So you can't go by it. Anyhow, thank you very much, Peter. Peter Marsh, thank you very much. And thank you, Connor. So, this company, I keep forgetting the name. This company contacted me and said, I said to them, I'll do a live unboxing and I'll do a video of me doing casting, which I might do. But what I'm going to do is, after I've unboxed this and shown you what I've got for them, because I'm true to my word, I'm going to chuck it at Tom in a nice sort of way. I will chuck it to Tom, and what will happen is Tom will go through it all, set it all up for me, and then he'll do a recording on it and play it through on his editing suite, because he edits in a certain way, and if he can't hear it or he can't do this, that and the other, then it's no good. We can't use it. So hopefully we will be able to use it, because I'm quite chuffed with it, really. Now, I can't knock GoPros. I can knock GoPros. I do it all the time. But it's down to the batteries, or it's down to the little nooks and crannies that are in GoPro that go wrong. Don't matter what GoPro you get. If you get one that works perfect, you're lucky. I've had two, and they've both played me up. One did break. That's how I got the GoPro 8. They did replace it. It was fantastic service. I sent it away and I received a new one, and it's brilliant. I will always use it until I buy another one. I might buy a GoPro 10, but I've now got this to try. If Tom says this is good, because I've bought cameras of this ilk, let's say budget cameras of this ilk before. It wasn't this brand, it was 8-man. I'd hate to see you Crimble morn and unwrapping presents for. I know it takes a while, doesn't it? But I've got to explain it because I'm doing a review. I'm not sponsored either. It's just a review because they kindly sent me this. If it's crap, it'll be crap. If it's good or pretty good, it'll be good or pretty good. But for the money, if it's good, you can't fault it, really. So let's get on with it. Now then, can you, Pet, can you let me know if you can see this? Can you see that? I can't see the comments now. Pet, can you answer the comments for me, please? If you're crap, I'll have it, Vern. Yeah, so you'll answer the comments down, yeah? Right. So this is the right. Just briefly, when I first started YouTube up, I used to use a budget camera, and I used a camera called an 8-man. The first 8-man camera I bought was fantastic. I couldn't fault it. Tom could edit it. It was brilliant. I then bought another 8-man, which was the next grade up, with a microphone in it that you could have an external microphone. That was absolute crap. That wasn't used. We used it 3 or 4 times, and then it got put to one side. I then bought another 8-man, which was the next model out, and that didn't work either. I put the SIM cards in, the SIM cards wouldn't work. It wouldn't record. I'd record it, and my mouth would be like this, and my voice the audio would be different. It was a delay. It was absolutely terrible. And then I kept using the original 8-man until the sea swept it away and washed it away, and then it buggered up, and I bought the GoPro. I've got the 8-man. Can you get a skeleton case? Skeleton case. I think you can. I had a skeleton case for the 8-man. Now, the 8-man's a good camera, the one that I bought. But like I say, I bought 2 or 3 other 8-man cameras, and they didn't work. They were crap. But I'll never say, you know, it's just the way it was. I wouldn't say it was a crap camera, because that was the first camera I used, and it was perfectly all right. In matter of fact, when I used the 8-man, it used to be brighter. It used to show up more brightness in the picture than what my GoPro, when I got my GoPro 7, especially the 8, it always seems dark. What am I videoing this on, Vern? I'm videoing this, Stephen, on a iPhone 12. What is it? Is it all right, or is it no good? Didn't you used to drive a Ferrari, Vern, just in case they are watching? No, I didn't drive a Ferrari. And to be fair, I said it again. To be fair, to be honest, if this ain't any good, I won't use this either, will I? So it is a review. So let's get into it and see what they sent me. Is that better over there? Let me just put you over here. We've got to get this right. That's better, isn't it? Is that better? Because I can actually see it there. Let's get this plugged in. Right. So I've opened it up like that. To be fair, a great live. We can't say to be fair. It's like saying something else, isn't it? So, they've sent me this. That's the camera. But let's check this box out first. So in this box, they have sent me an Accessory accessory kit. Don't forget to get a tipple. Get whatever tipple you want, whether it be alcohol, shorts, whiskey, you name it. Get what you want. Cup of tea. So what have we got? I think we've got about everything. That's a chest or head mount. That's a chest mount. Yeah, we've got a chest mount in it in the Accessory accessory kit. Do I use these? No, I don't. Postman Pat would say. Never used the chest mount or anything like that. We've got a lot of straps, sticky pads, another mount there. I guess that's for your head as well. What we got in here? Looks like a jock strap, doesn't it? Look at that. They've sent me a jock strap. I think that. Look at that. What do I look like? Do I look good? Hides my wrinkles, that. Look, it's knocked 20 years off me. And then we've got a chest mount. Look. That go on there like that. So that'll be quite good, won't it? Look, we've got 2 mounts on there. Look. Then we've got this one here as well. Look, we've got another one here. What we got here? Oh, that's a bit bondage, that. Look at that. That's for your wrist. It's for your wrist. Do a bit of combat fighting. You could do some combat fighting, couldn't you? Yeah, look, that's like a wrist. Could put that on your ankle, couldn't you? Now we're going into the extremes now. Look, you could put a GoPro camera or an Accessory camera on your ankles. What would you be filming then with that on your ankles? Eh? What could you do? I could have a camera on here, couldn't I? One on me, get that on the missus's ankle, couldn't I? Look at that. Couldn't put that on YouTube, could you? Oh, yeah. What a thing, eh? Why would you have that on that? Must be for your wrist or something, but what would that be for? Anyhow, it's good, isn't it? Vern, it's a bondage kit. Do you know what I think it is? This is, look, it's... I'll get that on the missus tonight, I think. Get her hands tied up. Looks like being on tag. Yeah, it could be, couldn't it? Right, so what have we got here? We've got something else that you could put it on, I suppose. You could put that in your bag, couldn't you? Do they do one that fits your knob? Mate, for me, the Velcro, I don't think is big enough to get round casters. I don't think the Velcro's long enough for me, but I think for you, you could use this clip on your knob. Right, let's get back on it. So what else we got? We got a suction pad. Quite good for the van. Could film myself getting to the venue there, couldn't I? I could put that in the van. And I've got a mount. Could put that on the window in the bedroom, couldn't I? I could have that on the bedroom. I could have that round the wife's ankle. I can have this one on my head. Make me look a bit dopey. Right. And then we've got clips for bars. Bolts. More little tiny bits there, as you can see. A lot of, there's all the accessories in there. We've got loads of bits that slide into the housing and the camera goes on there. We've got the obligatory round one, which comes in as a godsend to have that. But there's loads. There's a bag of every clip there and there that you require. They also fit GoPro as well. Look at this. I'm not saying how good it is, but we've got a bendy tripod, and that weighs nothing. That could actually be quite handy, because you can fold it around something like on a boat or something like that. So yeah, that's quite good. I don't know what that is. It's an arm. It's an extended arm. Look, you got your fittings there for the camera. Fittings there also. Bags. Put them around there. Got to sort that out. We've got more click on, stick on. These are what the sticky pads are for. You put the sticky pads on these, and then you have a hard mount somewhere. So it's like you put the sticky pad on there, and then the camera slides in there. So, and we've got a dildo. They've sent me a yellow dildo for some reason. Really, it's a float, innit? That's what it is. It's a float, so that if you drop the camera in the water, it don't sink. It stays floating, so you can take that thing off your head, numpty. I was going to put me thing in down. Look like Mandarin now, don't I? Right. Yeah, I don't think I could use these because I'm always like looking around stuff, and you'll all be on the floor doing all this stuff, having an epileptic fit, so I couldn't do that. And if you had an ice cream with hundreds and thousands, they'd all fall off, wouldn't they? Is that a butt plug? Is that what you're saying, Ray? I won't want that up mine. You can do some float fishing now, Vern. Yeah, I have got a float, actually. And I know someone else soon that's going float fishing. So you need to tune into his channel and have a look. So, that's the accessory pack. These, like I say, has all the sticky bits in there. Handles and stuff. More, what's this one? We've got another one in there, look. You've got everything you need in this pack. What's that for? Yeah, I don't understand what that one is. That's like short. It's like, yeah, I don't know how that works. Perhaps that's for your knob. Perhaps that would go around your knob. Wouldn't go around mine. Right. So that's the accessory pack that Accessory have sent me. Some of it I will not use because I use a tripod. And when you get set in your ways at how you film a video, it's awkward to go change your ways. So yeah, but isn't that nice? That I didn't expect that they'd send that. So yeah, it's good, isn't it? Now then, I have seen another review. That's quite good as well, that. On the headband, there's a little tiny piece of gluey silicone type stuff stuck on it all the way around, look. That's why that didn't move off my head. That's quite a good idea, isn't it? Because when you put your wool out on, you're always moving it and pulling it, but this actually sticks to your head. So that's quite good. I'd probably have that in my bag. But would I use it? I don't think I would. I've never used one up to now. Always seems to be a bit jumpy to me and stuff, and I don't want anyone spilling their ice cream. So that's the Accessory accessory pack. Then they sent me this, which is all in the same pack. Are you in, Lloydie? Nice to see you, mate. Right, let's get you tuned down to air again. So this is the Accessory. Now then, just before I do this, let me just sort that out. Before I do this, I've seen this on YouTube, only on one other channel up to now, and that's Troy's Fishing in Guernsey. I think Accessory sent them this camera, and he did a video on his boat. I don't know if he's still using it, but he did do a video on it. So when I saw this, I thought, well, it might be worth having a look. And like I say, I've had the cheap action cameras before, and I didn't have a problem with the one. The other cameras, they all filmed, they all did the video and audio all right. It was just some were better than others, and it was more infuriating for Tom, which is why I ended up getting the GoPro, because I just thought, just get a GoPro and there shouldn't be a problem, should there? I Can't wait for first video when you're trying it out and it's a load of garbage. It won't. If it's garbage, then I won't be using it. I'll do a video because I'm true to my word. I'll do a video doing casting and stuff on the beach with the wife, and I'll do a video with that and put that up, and we'll see what it's like. But it is going to Tom. Tom will go through it. He'll do a video and he'll check it out on his editing suite and make sure it's all right before I use it. So we shan't do any shit crap videos. That's for certain. Well, who's to say what a video is crap? I mean, you know, you can only do your best. And what you see with me is what you get. And it ain't going to get any better. I'm not going to be doing any bloody pictures of weeds blowing about or a stone wall or water up the bloody thing or this, that and the other. Because it's not just me. I can't be asked. I just want to get there, get fishing and show my fishing trip off that day. And that's what I do. And people that like it, brilliant. Those that subscribe and then unsubscribe, you know, just think about it before you subscribe, and then you won't have to get me a new personal best, will you? So let's have a look at this camera now. And it's the Accessory Brave 7, I think. So it came well packaged in this. We got one of these bloody cases and the camera, and that can go over there. And we've got in there, they've sent me, what's that say? Hang on a minute. 64 gigabyte memory card. I've got loads of 64 gigabyte cards. I think I've still got them. I hope I have. I hope I ain't giving them away. But yeah, so they've given me a card to use on it, and a Casu card as well. So I'm chuffed with that. Let's have a look at this case. I don't think I'll be using this. So, what do you get in there? Because it feels heavy. Get out. Right, so you got a oh bollocks. So what you got is there, that goes on there. Now the trouble with these cases is, and Somerset Fish and Tony would agree, is when you put them in these cases, you can't air yourself, you're all muted. Now I've put them in a case like this before when I was on Salton Bay. It was so windy and raining, I had to use it. How does that come up? It comes up like that. So you take this catch off the top, and this, it will come out, because in a minute I'm gonna, what's that? Is that a button for that? No, it's a button for turning it on, isn't it? How does that come out? See, you can, right. Bugger. Oh. So the camera goes in there, and it's waterproof, and you've got buttons on the side. Yeah. Now I don't like these because, like I say, you can't air yourself properly. But when I did use the one at Salton Bay, I was quite impressed that you could actually hear me on it. But then, you know, you have to speak accordingly, don't you? So yeah, so you get a waterproof case. Mainly, I think that's used for going underwater, if you're swimming underwater. And the water that I fish in is all brown. You can't see in it. So what the heck would you swim in it for? So yeah, you get that. Might come in handy. We've also got, I'll have it for swivels. If you want a box of swivels, Stephen, I'll get you a box of swivels. It's the Accessory Brave 7. It says on it, it's a dual colour screens and IPX8 waterproof. That's the main thing when you're fishing. You want it waterproof. So if it rains, you ain't got to worry about it and you can still film. Yeah, you'll get water drops on the lens, but it's just the way it is. So let's try and get in this. I did look how to get in it earlier and couldn't. Oh, I think it's at the bottom. Pull that off. And there we have it. Nothing else in there. Oh, it's even got the rubber catch. So when you slide the camera in the foot, you then push this rubber catch, this rubber stopper in, and it stops it coming out. Are you answering the questions, Pet, for me, please? I don't know how to get it out. That doesn't sound good, does it? Oh, I got it. Lifts up. So it lifts up. You have to push that up. There's a little catch under there and you lift it upwards. So you push it up like that and it comes off. So this is the camera. Getting started. What does that say for getting started? Peel off the films on the camera screen, camera lens, camera waterproof case. Make sure battery's full of power for the first time use. Format your micro SD card not included. Yes, it is. Firstly in the camera before using. So they've sent me a card. You don't get a card if you buy it. Do not buy this camera yet or at all until... Oh, no, this is in a skeleton case, Mick. Mick, this is in a skeleton case. So... yeah, we'll peel that off. That's peeled off. Stick that on there. We'll not peel that one off. Let's get this out. So, yeah, I'm either doing something wrong here or it won't come out. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, it's just one of them tight things, I think. Yeah, there it comes. And there it is, it's out. So, Mick, you said about a skeleton case for the 8-man. This one comes with a skeleton case. So you can hear it. The other thing I'm going to do is I've got some foam. I've got some foam muffs for the GoPro 7 and 8, and I will try them on this camera to see if they fit. I think it might just fit, but there is no fixings for this camera to fit straight on your tripod. You have to use this skeleton case, which it's all right as long as you can get a foam cover over it so that it knocks the wind out, and it just goes in, close the back, pull that on, and it's in there. Turn it on. There's no battery. Oh, hey, I got a case there. I got a case. Thank you very much, Lynn. I wasn't expecting that. That is Alan's Lynn, isn't it? Is it Alan's Lynn? Thank you very much. Anyhow, I'm just putting two names together there. You will need to answer Stephen's questions. Where's Stephen? Is there not a charger vent? Well, I think a charger might be in this box, Stephen. So here's the camera. We've got a waterproof case. Let's have a look in this case here. We're getting it. Let's get it bent down there. How many we got in it? 83. Well, that's bloody brilliant, isn't it? Thank you very much. I'm sorry I haven't put any videos out, but I've just had so much on. Busy. Activate your 24-month warranty. So you get 24 months warranty. That ain't bad, is it? You only get a year with GoPro. You get a booklet. Brave 7. I think they do an 8 now. I'm not sure, but we've been given the 7. And like I say, I'm not sponsored. I am not. I'm just doing a review on a camera they've sent me because I thought I could use that camera. So you get a booklet. We get a spanner. You get a remote. Not that I would use the remote because things go wrong with me and remotes. We've got a power cable. Oh, look at this. This is getting better. This is getting better. Look what I got. I've got a foam cover, so I don't even need to use my GoPro one. So that will go. You've got to take it apart to do it, but that'll go on that there. That's the front for the lens. Look. So yeah, we've got a windsock. So you buy this camera, you'll get a windsock. Unless they've put extra stuff in for me to review, which would be a bit... That wouldn't be good, would it? Right, so what have we got here? I've got a charger. I've got a battery charger, which goes with the cable. So, Stephen, you get a battery charger. Yeah, No, I'm Peter. Well, thank you, Lynn. It's just that I saw you talking to Alan, and I know Alan's wife is Lynn, so I put 2 and 2 together and got 9. It's pretty typical for a Norfolk chap. Thank you very much for that donation. That's much appreciated. That is a big warranty. Yeah, it is. It's 24 months. Now, this is what they've sent me. But, you know, I don't see why it would be any different. You get a gel pack. Do not eat the gel pack. You put that in the bin or put it in your reel bags. So when your reels are being washed and they've dried on the drainer for 4 days, winding the wife up, when you put them in the bag, stick a gel pack in it. Top tip from Alan's Castaways. It keeps your reels dry. So yeah, you get a charger and a cable. We've got 2 batteries. Let me get this down there. So we've got 2 batteries. We've got more connections for the camera to go onto things. Now these do break at time, and it's always good to have some spare ones. So yeah, we've got a foot there for the camera. Let me get it out and show you. So we've got a foot for the camera. More bits and bobs there. We've got another clamp. You can see what that is in the bag. We've got another clamp here with a thing on it. Let me just get it out and show you. Just another clamp. We've got loads of these. What with the accessory? Oh, we've got some more. What are these? We've got more Velcro-y type bondage straps. Oh, the wife's going to be in her element tonight, isn't she? She's going to have a whale of a time. Look, we've got more straps. Pet, we've got more straps than we'll ever need. I can bind... Oh, well, you can use these for anything. You could put your rods in these, couldn't you? If you've got one. So, yeah, we've got straps. I don't know what you'd use them for. We've got tie wraps. We've got a cleaning cloth, a microfiber cloth. We've got another strap there. We've got straps everywhere. It's like a strap-on show, innit? So, main thing is we've got 2 batteries. Now, 2 batteries, for me, might be a struggle. But what I do now... Oh, bugger. What I do now is I take a battery pack, which is what this phone is plugged into. I take a battery pack. Yeah. Is that not on? Yeah, it's on. It's got to be on. Why isn't that on? Bloody battery pack ain't working. Why is that? I don't know how much charge I got on the phone. Oh, bugger. Don't want the phone to go dead, do I? Anyhow, that ain't the point. So basically, it don't matter if I've got 2 batteries because I'll use one battery and then whilst the other battery's dead, I'll put it in that charger. It goes in like that. Put that in and it'll just be plugged into my battery pack, charging the batteries up. So all will be good there. Let's quickly chuck this in here. And so here we go. I've got the battery on charge, as you can see. It's shining up red, so it shines up blue. You put the battery on, it's obviously charging because it's red. I don't know whether it goes blue when it's fully charged, but we'll see. I don't know if the bloody battery packs, because I keep turning it on, Pet. Oh, it's on now. But why isn't it showing on the... Give us that here.
Right, Stephen wants to know, how deep underwater can it go and how much does it cost?
Why, is he a deep sea diver? Stephen, are you a deep sea diver or something? You have to tell me why later. He was a knob, was he? Right. I don't know how far waterproof down it is. Hang on, let me have a quick look. Let me have a quick look. You just give me £2, Alan. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm shocked, but thank you very much. It's much appreciated. That tells you everything what you get. Splash proof remote distance. The distance is 10 meters on the remote. You can see it's got dual color screens. It's IPX8 waterproof camera. It's 4K 30 FPS video. Now, some of these claim what it is and they aren't. We will see what it's like when I film it. But I don't film in 4K anyhow. It's a 20 megapixel photo it takes as well. So, yeah, so it all looks quite good. Like I say, some of these cheaper cameras, some work better than others. It'll be interesting to see how this worked. On Troy's, some go snorkeling with them, that's all. I would say it's IPX rated. As soon as I get, if the wife come out here, she'd be able to read this booklet. I'll call her. Pet, come out here, will you, and take this book. Because I can't talk to the audience and look for information because I'm from Norfolk. But yeah, I'll find out and let you know. And Stephen, I'll let you know in the next video. Right, let's get this out and get the battery in. Hopefully there'll be a bit of charge in the battery. I ain't undone this at all, really. So
I'm trying to drink my wine. Give it here.
I don't know where it'll be. I don't know if there's anything else on that, Pet. Don't damage it, just check it. If not, Google it and see how deep it goes.
Yes, sir, straight away.
Yeah, all right, Don. You know it makes sense. Right, now on the bottom there's a little flick up switch which undoes the case. Look, for the base, look. Yeah. And that opens. Now, on the 8-man, which is a totally different camera to this one. This is the Accessory. On the 8-man, I had one of them, and that broke. And I just used to put the battery in and put a bit of tape over it. And that's what I did, and that's how I ran with it. Not ideal, but hopefully this one will be better. But like I say, two different cameras. The 8-man is totally different to this one. Which way does that go in? That way. And we'll switch it on. No SD card. Right, let's get the SD card out. Where was the SD card? Where did I put... Ah, put it here. Isn't it good that they've sent an SD card as well? I think I've got some 64 gig ones. I'm hoping I didn't give them away. So where does that go? In the GoPro, it goes in the same place as the battery. It doesn't. Don't go in there. Does that lift up? No. Ah. Goes in there. Right. IPX8. Oh, it has got a rubber ring round there, hasn't it? Is that rubber? I'll feel it. Yeah, it's rubber. I don't know how far it'd go down underwater, but I will find out and let you know in the next video. Don't go that way. Goes that way. Close that up. I don't like these things with catches on because well, wait and see. Let's turn it on. No, yeah, that's on. What does that say now? Please format SD card. English. I'll do this, but Tom will redo it because skip. Please format SD card. Oh, it's all blurry. Look at that. Can you see it blurry? Look, watch this. I'll shock you in a minute. Watch this. Ho-ho! Yeah, it says format set. Oh, there's a settings button on there. Ah, right. Video shoot, time lapse, loop record, and video sounds, angle, date format. SD card capacity. Format card. Quick format. So it's formatting. We're formatting the card now. You're right, East Angling. Format successfully. I'm getting good at this, isn't I? So yeah, so here, look, go into settings. We've got all the settings there. You just press settings for whatever you want. There's loads of settings. Date, time, date, language, ISO, WDR, wind noise reduction. Wind noise reduction on. So you got wind noise reduction. Remote control, driving mode, angle, distortion, calibration, sounds, voice control. So you got voice control on it as well. So I would say it's definitely rainproof because it's IPX8. Now, my fishing reels are IPX6, I think. And you can dunk them in the sea. So I don't know whether this would be the same. There's a little door on there, but it looks like it's got a rubber seal around it. There's a rubber seal around the battery one, I think. Let's have a quick check. Yep, there is. There's a rubber seal around that. Clicks in all right. It's not broke yet. So there you have it. There's another thing on there. So that's now recording. I don't understand. Yeah, I am recording on there. But I don't understand why it's not showing up on the front screen. Probably I haven't switched the front screen on. Perhaps you have to switch that on. Perhaps it'll use more power to have two screens on. Do you need two screens on? I don't know. So, but yeah, this is the unpacking of the Accessory Brave 7. I would confirm that it is the Brave 7. I think it is. So, you're right, Lloydie. You close to moving, Lloydie, because this Christmas present here, it'll soon be bloody summer present, won't it? So yeah, so that's the camera. Goes in the skeleton case like that. You shut the back door. Take this off. Let me just turn this off. And it's off. So we'll take this off here. This is what the spanner's for these screws. We'll take this off. And we've got the foam cover. That will go through this here. The only problem with these things is, what I tend to do is I cut the bottom so that you can take the foam cover off from the bottom. So I'll normally put a cut across there and there and put a hole at each end so it doesn't keep ripping round. And then that way I can pull it straight over the top and not have to take the feet off the bottom like you've just seen me do here. Because what I don't like doing is having to do all that on the beach. I've cut all the bottom of my foams for my GoPros and I've never had a problem. They last just as long because you're just careful. And that way you can take it off quickly to put the battery in, because the battery is at the bottom, isn't it? But I would say I might be able to push the foam back from the back, release the clip, push the camera out, yeah, like that, and then you can change the battery. So there's no need on this to cut the foam, which is I ain't got the back on. Put the back on, Vernon, you bloody numpty. There you go. Foam cover. Now, that's something that the 8-man, I've just trapped it in the back door. You never like to get it trapped in your back door, do you? Right. God, I'm going to lose some subscribers tonight, innit? New personal best, that's what I say, new personal best. Yeah, you got to be careful with this back thing. You don't want to get it caught in that, do you? I've got it caught in there again, look. So you get that on there, put the clip down. It's just a learning curve. And there you go. So there you have it. So you've got a camera. If the camera works well, records and makes a video well, you won't be able to fault it, will you? And it also has got a foam muffler for the weather. So it's perfect. It's exactly the same as my GoPro. Will it have faults like the GoPro? Possibly. But we don't know that until I film it. Now, Tom's going to look at this, set it up, put it on the settings. He's going to play with it. Hopefully he'll do a video, and hopefully he might actually upload it. That's what I'd like, for him to show the settings that he's got it on, and then show a clip of the video or whatever, and show the quality of the video, and then I'll be able to take it out and do a video fishing with it, and any other information that I've got on it at the time I will pass on to you. Like I say, I am not sponsored by this company. They've reached out and contacted me for whatever reason, probably through my dulcet tones. I'm very grateful, Vern and Karen. I've had lots of problems. Well, I hope it all sorts itself out, Lloydie. Brett, looks good, that cam. Love the front. It's gone. Love the front screen so you can see what you're filming. Hope the quality is good. Well, you will know, Brett. You will find out soon. And hopefully they might contact you, mate, soon. That's that, really. So you get quite a lot for your money, don't you? Yeah, I'd be happy to film the settings. That'd be quite good, that, Tom, wouldn't it, if you did that? Because you can pick where you're going to film, can't you? Film it, and then you can just talk about it and just stick it up on the channel. Obviously, it won't have my chiseled looks, but there you go. You can't have everything, can you? You are a young lad, young blood, and you'll look good in front of the camera. and you'll be able to explain a bit more about it, about how it works and whether it's any good. Yeah, just take it from there, and then obviously show me it, show me what not to do, show me what I need to do, and I'll go and do a fishing video and film it. Hopefully it works when I come to show you pendulum van. Oh mate, yeah, I'm ever so sorry I didn't meet you, Alan, and when you come down here, but I just wanted to get this house done. It's deadline is Friday, and I finished today. I painted the front panels that I put in yesterday, and the gates are up, the fence panels are done, repaired, and new ones put in, painted, and my boss is well happy. So finished ahead of schedule. But yeah, it's terrible when you got a deadline and you've got a house to do, and it's an absolute bomb site from when you first walked in there. You just can't get your head around it because there is no end to it. I've got 3 A4 pages of days that I've worked on the house and hours. So when are you going fishing, Tom? Well, hopefully he'll come soon. But again, Tom's busy. There's a lot on. He's got a dog, you know. Life gets in the way sometimes, or does fishing. It's a hell of a package, especially if it's all included when you buy one, Vern. Yeah, I would say you will get this package with all the clips in, batteries, charger. I would say, don't hold me to it. I would say you would. It came in the box with the camera. So if you buy the camera, this box was in it. Where's the bloody camera? What have I done with the camera? Where's the camera gone? Oh, I put the camera in there. I put the camera in there. Yeah, so you get this box with all these. You get this box in there with all them clips and bondage straps. The 24-month activation warranty was in there. We'll activate that. You get these clips here, spanner. That does come in handy actually. I've wanted a spanner before because I couldn't tighten it up because it was cold and wet and windy. Welcome to my life. What's she going on about? Welcome to her life. Should be a list of content somewhere. Yeah, there probably is, but I'm like a kid in a sweet shop at the minute, mate. So yeah, there's that. That come in a separate box. So I don't know whether that's separate, but that's all. That is for underwater. That is waterproof because you've got
losing everything. Yeah, it tells you on the back.
Well, it didn't tell me. I watched it.
Tells you what you get.
Yeah, so everything that's in that box in this accessory pack here. Yeah. Did you find out how deep it go?
40 metres.
Right. Have you told Stephen?
Yeah, the remote is only
splash proof.
Yeah, splash proof.
Well, that's for the bedroom, innit? The remote.
Whose bedroom are you using it in?
Well, not mine. Obviously, we've got a water bed.
That ain't your room. That's my room.
Right. That's her room, not my room. So yeah, it's waterproof because it's got a diver on it, swimming. Look. Now it's waterproof. This camera, I believe, like that, is waterproof to 40 metres. So it is for diving or riding your BMX or mountain bike or whatever you want, or fishing, wild camping, bushcraft. You know, you could use it for everything. Use it for the bedroom if you wanted to, if you're that way inclined. But them days are gone for me. It won't be in the shower, will it? No, it won't be in the shower, mate, because I ain't got a shower. We're still washing outside in the washing up bowl. We stand in that, and then I tip a saucepan of water over the wife's head, and that's how we wash outside. She obviously does it for me as well. I'm fine, Tom. Not being good, but on the mend. How deep? What goes? The camera. Bailey. You being rude? You're being rude, aren't you? You got me then, didn't you? Yeah. The camera will go 40 meters underwater. So yeah, that's that waterproof case. So you get in this box the camera and everything in that, which is quickly what's in the box. Action camera, camera frame, which is the skeleton camera frame, remote control, battery charger, battery, I've got 2, mount, helmet mount, lens cloth, handlebar mount, strap, quick start guide, spanner, adhesive pads, USB cable and zip tie. That's what you get in this box. The Accessory Brave 7. I'm quite pleased with it. I saw it on Troy's Fishing, and yeah, it looked okay. It looked okay on his. The picture was okay. Everything was all right, but we'll just see what this. Well, Vern, sorry I've got to shoot. Looks like a good setup. Hope to fish with you again soon. Yep, we'll sort something out soon, Alfie. Thank you for dropping in. This accessory kit here, I don't think you get that with a camera. I think they've just sent me that so that I've got. They obviously want to make an impression, don't they? But yeah, so you've got all these accessories. If you've ever had anything to do with action cameras, you can buy these accessory packs. They're probably, I don't know, they used to be like 19, 20 quid, 25 quid. And you've got everything in it. You've got all sorts of stuff in there. Well, let's hope the camera is promising, Tom. I will still use my GoPro 8. I've got an affection with it that I just love having, so that I can rant and rage and take it out on it. This might be perfect and not so much fun, but we will do it. Tom's going to have this next. You might see something from Tom. Hopefully he'll do something to show, and because he'll go through the settings a bit more and hopefully read the instructions, because you know what men are like with instructions. What am I doing? Got my bait bag. Have you seen these bait bags? I bought this bait bag. It's an IMAX, and it's absolutely fantastic. Look, it comes with drink. Unbelievable. Ice packs, 6 cans of beer, and I'm parched, so yeah, you can't beat cheap lager, because you don't get drunk, it wets the whistle, don't give you a headache, and because it's lager, you only drink 2 or 3. You only drink 2 or 3 because it's sort of like gets a bit gassy, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm chuffed with that. That's come off. I don't know why, but we'll put that there. I know what it is. Got boxes everywhere. Box there, box there, box there. So yeah, I'm chuffed with that. So like I say, it's not a it's not a sponsorship at all. They contacted me, asked me if I'd do a video using their camera and say what I think. So, you know, they've took the time to contact me and give me that offer. It's something I'm interested in. Get the habit over. Well, I'd love a nice pint of proper ale, but I've got them in the fridge actually. But because I enjoy drinking them, I like to sit down and just enjoy it without, you know, and enjoy it. West Ham have just scored in last minute. Oh, that's good. Gotta get me one of those bait bags. I don't blame you. Get one. I see you still got the little bouncing finger out when you drink, Vern. Have I? Who said that? Michael Bond. Have I? Did it go out? I didn't mean to. Got to get the balance right, ain't you? Don't want it going down my chin. I'll try again. What's a good multiplier rod setup? rod and reel. I'm sorry, Niall, I've just been talking that much. I haven't been reading the comments. Also, have a pint of Guinness with it. I don't know if I can drink Guinness, Niall. What's a good multiplier rod setup, rod and reel? Well, there's plenty of rods and reels. You've got the Achios Creeds, haven't you? That people are ranting on about how brilliant they are. With the Nitron, is it the Achios Nitron? Shane uses them. He's got them. He seems to be quite happy with them. I believe he got them through Case to Tackle. It's a good online shop that you can go and buy your gear from Case to Tackle. He sells all Achios rods and reels, and also any fish anywhere. So yeah, so Shane seems happy with them. I use the Kenzakis. I can't fault them. They are put together. They are absolutely built fantastic. The blue paint, which I was a bit dubious with on these. Well, I'll show you it on the small boot rod because I've got that out, and it's no, I haven't got it out. On these, they've got blue paint on them, and I thought that might scratch, and I haven't been careful with it in the rod rest at all. But there's not a mark on it. Absolutely not a mark on it. So let's do this. There's many rods out there that you can have for a good multiplier setup. In my opinion only, I would say get the Pen Fathom 12 or 15 multiplier. With the magnets, you'll hardly, if the magnets are on full, you'll not bird nest it at all. Now this paint here, I thought that would mark and scratch and be damaged, and I was going to bond a seal over it to make sure it didn't come to any harm. But it's fine. It really is fine. This is the boot rod, the third rod that I use, but it's the same paint on that as it is on my Kenzaki 13 foot. That's what I use now. It's 4 to 7 ounce Kenzaki. It'll probably chuck out an 8 ounce. Well, it will chuck an 8 ounce out, but I wouldn't be pendling them or off the ground. It would just be another red thump. And if you've got to use an 8 ounce weight, it's rough. And you ain't going to be casting out far because it'll be windy. So it's just going to be a chuck out just to try and hold bottom. For me, a good multiplier setup is a Kenzaki 13 foot. What is it? 13 foot. 13 foot. It's 13 foot. It's not the 14 foot one. It's 13 foot 4 or 13 foot 6. I'd buy that. It's 229 pounds from Jerry's, and I'd team that up with a Pen Fathom 2 SD2. It's the second generation Pen Fathom. It's got a magnet control on it. Don't get the casting special. It don't go any further than the ordinary Pen Fathom. It's just got hybrid bearings in it, which you can put in the ordinary Pen Fathom. The Pen Fathom, you wouldn't be able to cast that out and empty that. I wouldn't have thought. Some people will, but not everybody. But the reel is such a good reel for fishing. It's got so much cranking power on the Pen Fathom. Let me get one out. It's got so much cranking power on this Pen Fathom. Here's the Pen Fathom. I just have we'll take that off. I have on mine, it comes on this hole here for the handle. So you just take this screw out, undo this, and I moved my handle so I had maximum length. And that could pull a bloody jumbo jet along the track, I reckon. Probably not, but you know what I'm saying. It's cranked up. It's got this magnet air. Once you've set that for fishing, it's set. Let's make sure that's full on. Don't want to go and then cast it and I've got it on minimum. So yeah, once it's cast, as the weather, if you ain't got the wind in your face, you can back it off. If you got the wind in your face, then you put it on full to stop this catching up and fluffing up. Yeah, absolutely fantastic reel, Stephen, these Pen Fathoms. I've never had a reel like these. These make the Abus outdated. When you use an Abu, as nice as they are, I mean, an Abu 6500 is absolutely fantastic for casting. It is a casting reel. but it hasn't got the cranking power of this reel. And you don't even have to bend into it. You just churn this and you can feel it pulling, and it just cranks it in. So Niall, I would say Kenzaki, you can get the 14-foot version, which is fixed spool. You can also use a multiplier on the 14-foot. This 13-foot version on all Daiwas, I do believe, don't quote me on it, perhaps Alan will know better if Alan's still alive. See you later, Les. Thank you for joining. You can use fixed spool and multiplier on most, or if not all Daiwas. You can use fixed spool or multiplier on all of them. So yeah, multiplier setup, I'd always go for the Pen Fathom 2 SD, and it's just a fantastic fishing reel. And if it runs fast or smoothly, you'll cast it as far as you can cast. Another rod that you could buy is the Leader Icon. I swear by them, really. They're the rods that I had for ages. Again, they're 13'6", I think. They cast up to 7 ounce as well, I believe. Come in a fantastic rod bag. And you can only buy the Icon Power or Ultra or Match now for offer grounds. So is the 13'6". Yeah. Thanks for the replies, lads. So yeah, so you've got a Daiwa Kenzaki, you've got the Leader Icon. They still do the third version of that, which is the Mark III rod. It's a good rod. It's a carbon tip on that all the way through. There's no glass tip on that. You buy a second-hand Ziplex, but make sure you get a good one. You got Century. You know, it depends what you want to pay. But if it's around about the £200 mark, so it's 230 quid to 170 quid, you've got Leader Icon, you've got the Kenzaki. Any rods after that, you're paying £300-400 for. Seems to me to be a lot of money for a lot of glitz and glamour, really. So I hope that answers your question, Niall. West Ham have won, have they? Right, is there anything else anybody wants to ask? Keith Codd's, he's been to the bloody pub. Well, I'm having a drink. Have you been watching the football, Keith? Sound Vern, thanks. By the way, I'm from Ireland, Cork City. I've got another chap that lives in Ireland. He said to me, if you're ever over this way, come into this pub and ask for, God, I forget names. I could go in the comments if I could go in them and I could see it. But yeah, he says, go up to the bar and ask for so-and-so, so-and-so. And they'll put, and he works in the pub. If he ain't there, they'll go get him. So yeah, I might visit Ireland one day. It'll be quite funny, wouldn't it, to actually go in the pub and say, right, it's so-and-so in there, I'm Vern, and see what happened. That'd be quite funny, wouldn't it? Well, it would be for me. Perhaps you have to be there, really, to find it funny. Not sure who asked, but just to reconfirm, the water depth is 10 metres, 33 feet without waterproof case, 40 metres with the case. Well, there you go. That's perfect. You're right, Tiggs. Tiggy. So the camera on its own is waterproof to 10 metres. Seems about right, really, with them back doors on it. If you put it in this case, it's waterproof to 40 metres. Tiggs. Oh, he's too quick for me. Oh, my hip. Thank you for that, Tom. I used to go to Cork for Ford car. In matter of fact, Niall, my mum moved to Cork back in the 60s, it would have been. 60s? No, 50s, 60s. She moved to Cork. My mum used to be a weaver. And she used to be a weaver at, I forget the name of the place now, at Yarmouth, but she was a weaver in Yarmouth at this great big mill that was in Yarmouth. And my granddad took the family and whatever and went to work in Ireland. And my mum went to work and live in Ireland. And then my dad went over there. He weren't my dad at the time. He went over there and brought my mum back. So I think my granddad moved my mum away from him. Well, there you go, Stephen. I only give you the information the wife gave me, and the wife was wrong yet again. Now, you can't tell a good woman she's wrong because they do take offence, but she was wrong. I did ask how far did the camera go underwater, and she said 40 metres. But like that, obviously without the foam sock on, because you ain't going to hear nothing underwater, is 10 metres. And if you want to go down to the depths of 40 metres, which I wouldn't, you put it in this waterproof case. So the main thing for me is that when I'm on the beach and it rains, that won't get wet and you can still use it. You ain't got to worry it, and you just wipe over the lens cover like that. Now, that's another thing. We shall have to look at it, but I think, yeah, you can take that off. So you must be able, look at that. You see this lens cut, this cover, turn it, and it comes off. Lens cover comes off. And that's on. So the lens cover can come off. So if you ever scratch that, I don't know, but I would say if you went on Amazon and put in a Castle Brave 7 action camera, I would say you'd be able to buy a replacement lens cap, so that if you ever was to scratch that, you'd be able to replace it. Don't listen to the wife, Ray. She'll just be lying. Hi, Vern. Me and Ian missed the start. Enjoy your beer. Well, yeah, I'm having a beer. It's quite nice. I'm just pleased that I finished this house now. So now I'm going out fishing. So yeah, I apologise that I haven't been fishing. I did have some videos in the bank. I had 2 or 3. And the last time I went fishing, I had to go fishing, which was the time down the cliff. I fished up the cliff. And it was... yeah, I didn't have a video. That I was filming that. I had a video go up on the Wednesday, and I went and filmed that video for the following Wednesday. And then I knew I had a couple of videos in the locker from years ago, which have gone out, apart from the igloo one. That was filmed recently, but that was filmed like a month and a half ago. And we just had to put them out. And I was going to put 2 videos out last week, but I didn't, because I knew that I would want to get this house finished. And then we had the London trip. Now that came up all of a sudden. Wednesday I got a phone call in the afternoon, and the daughter said, you won tickets to see Noel Gallagher. Well, I couldn't believe it. It was a private concert according to Tanisha and everything else, and it didn't turn out like that. It was an immersive listening that we went to, which we felt a bit robbed at the time, but it was all right. We had 2 days down in London. It cost a bloody fortune. I think my mum's money is gone, and I don't earn a lot in a month, but it's gone because London's quite expensive. But it was a good time. It was all right. I had good company. Let's just say that. Good company. Do I like London? No, it's too bloody busy. When are you in the Lake District fishing? Well, this time last year, today, I was fishing at Whitehaven Pier last year, and you just can't believe that, because it's school holidays. Normally I've done all my hours at school. I've still got some hours to do at school. Normally I've done them all last week, and this week me and the wife would have gone away. But I've just been so busy with my personal work and school work. It's just been a nightmare. Gonna have to go, Vern. It's been a good crack. See you next time. Good night, Karen, Tom, and everyone. Thank you, Stephen, for coming in. Yeah, is there anything anybody want to ask? Who's retracted Tracy's message? Obviously Tracy has. Where did you go in Cork? I drive a Ford myself. Focus. Great cars, very reliable. Yeah, I've got a Vivaro van. My front brakes are making a lot of noise, and I've only had brake pads just put in, so I don't think the bloke put good brake pads in, to be honest, because I've never had to replace pads on a vehicle. On my white truck, I think I did them once and that was it. We had that years, my white truck, my van. But yeah, right, quickly, I got this. I bought these probably 3 months ago. When you next fishing in Wivensea, Vern? Right, Kerry, I just got waylaid then, didn't I? When you next fishing in Wivensea. Who just said, when am I fishing in the Lake District? That was, hi Vern, me and Ian, that's Kerry. I'm going to be fishing in the Lake District soon, I think, because we're going to have a weekend away or something, and I'm going to do some fishing, and hopefully it'll be mullet. So hopefully I will catch. I've just got to get myself sorted out. Where did the Tronic Prags bags for your rods? Where did you... The Tronics Pro bags. I bought the Tronics Pro bags. I think I bought one from Veals, and I bought two off off eBay. They just work for me. I can put all my bait in it, and it goes underneath a tripod, and it all fits. That bag, that IMAX bag that I got my bear in, you can actually take that full of bait, and you've got a top pocket, and in the top pocket you can put your sandwiches, so you've got somewhere to keep your sandwiches cool. Where did you no, it was right. Stephen Raby safe, bleeding hell, weekend away again. He's just been to London. I ain't going away yet. I've got to get paid again yet before I go away. Right, when you next fishing in Wivensea, Vern? We like to get in the shop behind on the prom. I don't know. I don't know when I'll be fishing Wivensea, because it's now getting to that busy time, and I like beaches that are empty. I don't mind fishing with the odd people, but to be fair, I said it again, didn't I? You know, I quite enjoy fishing on my own, and if there's someone down there and I meet up with them, then I meet up with them, don't I? But yeah, I will be fishing Wivensea, because I've got to fish with Keith, and I'm fishing with Alfie soon, so that'll either be on the Lincolnshire coast or it'll be on Wivensea. Now, I bought these 3 months ago. Always fancied these reels, even though they're a carbon copy of a bloody Abu. What are they? I don't even know what they are, because some are called Kunos. This is the STR, but when you look at the Kuno, it looks a bloody same to me. Cheaper at the lakes, Verns than London. Yeah, you're right there, Alan. Definitely cheaper. Now, I like small reels. This is the 555. This is the 55. Oh, it is a Kuru. And much nicer, Alan. It is, yeah. STR Kuru. Achios. It's got an aluminium, the same as the TSR. So it's... This foot is really wide. It don't fit on a normal reel seat. You probably need coasters with it. But there's your thumb. You can see how thin it is. But it'll hold 250 yards. Who can cast 250 yards with bait? I can't. I don't know anyone that can. Well, there are people that can. But yeah, it's quite a nice reel. The only problem I had with this reel was this end cap. If you touched it like that, it moved. On the Abus, they're firm like this is now. You can't move it unless you turn it. You know, you can turn it, but there's got some bite to it. And I was talking to John Spalton, my old mate, and he said to me, yeah, mine are the same, Vern, mine are the same. Well, he bought some O-rings from Aldi or Lidl, other budget shops, even though they're not budget anymore, they're the same as Tesco's. Other shops are available, but they sell O-rings occasionally. And he sent me 4 O-rings. And I took this end cap off. If you take this end cap off, there's an O-ring just there. You can see that black line there. That's an O-ring. And the O-ring that this reel come with wasn't biting on this end cap. So 1, it weren't sealing it, but 2, it actually, you couldn't put it and leave it where you wanted it. If you caught that anyway, or it was windy, that would undo and your spool would slop around or get tight, one or the other. So John very kindly sent me some O-rings in some sellotape, and he sent me 4. And I've put them in this end cap. This one seems to be all right, but I put them in this one and it sorted it. But they shouldn't come from the factory like that. And I said to Mike about it, because I bought these reels from Mike. I said to Mike about it, and Mike said, well, give me it and I'll send it back and I'll have a word with Accessory. And I said, I'll see, because I always like to fix things myself if I can. And with that, and talking to John, John came up with these and he sent me them through the post and gave me them, and it sorted the reels out, which is brilliant. So I shall be spooling these up with some yellow Rovex ×10, and I shall be using them on the old original Sandstorms. Now they're quite a bendy rod, so I should be able to bend that. And if you can bend it, as Alan would say, you can send it. And that's all what you do. Go check out Alan on Alan's Castaways and watch his videos. He does a lot of lives and does a lot of instruction on casting. So he's contactable. Go check him out. He'll have a contact number on there that you can contact him if you want a casting lesson. You can't get much better. He's very calm. He needs to be with someone like me. And I like to learn how to cast by Alan and then do lots of cheeky chucks just to wind him up, because it's just the way it goes. But yeah, that's the Accessory 555 STR Kuru. Wasn't happy with it when I got it and those end caps were moving all the time. It was doing me head in, but thanks to John giving me an O-ring. The other O-rings that fitted, I took an O-ring off my Abu, put it on there, and it worked perfect also. But very hard to, you have to phone up Black Dog or Jim's Tackle or QM Services. They also do it. And you can buy Abu O-rings which will fit on here and sort that problem out. But really, to be fair, I said it again, didn't I? To be really, the reel should come right from the manufacturer, shouldn't it? But when I talked to Mike about it, Mike said to me that he would sort it out for me. And I said to him, well, I'm getting some O-rings, so let me see what they're like, because I know the Abu O-ring, and I was going to be buying the Abu O-rings to put them on. But yeah, I got two. So as I've got 2 of them. They're both in these cases. 2 STRs. I was going to buy these STRs ages and ages ago, but as you know, I bought a load of Abu reels. I bought the Magalite, green Magalite. I bought the Florida orange, which I've now got 3 off. I don't need 3. That was a waste of money. I've got 2 TSRs, and I've also got 2 red high-speed versions of the 6500. They are cracking reels, they are. I've used them and I really enjoyed them. But yeah, I was going to buy these Accessory Kurus, but I didn't. I ended up buying, because they all came up on eBay at the same time at the right price, so I ended up buying them. And that was my collection of Abus, which I will be using hopefully this year on different beaches. They're all lined up ready to go. And then my mate might came up with these, and I said, sod it, I'll have them. So I bought them, and I will use them. I think they'll look good on the sandstorms, and I'll use them on that. It'll just be something different, won't it? And that's what it's all about. It's about going fishing and using different gear for me. Not everyone's the same. Some people have got 2 rods, 1 rod, and that's all they use, and they don't see any reason of having anything else. But I get fed up. So for me, if I can take a Ziplex ZF 250 or a M4 Evo or Mackenzaki's or the Sandstorms or take me Icons, you know, it just makes a change, and a change is as good as a rest, really, isn't it? So glad you enjoyed. Keith Lee said that, a great couple of lads. How you feeling, Keith? Are you feeling all right? Has anybody got any questions they want to ask me? I've gone live tonight, haven't I? Quite late as well. I hope that don't affect anybody. I will be going to England with my little man and my wife. I'll be bringing the rods. Any chance of meeting up for a beach session? No problem, Niall. If you contact me on Messenger, Niall, then we can talk in private and sort something out. If I'm on a house, I will endeavour to take a day off, or at least 2, because whenever I do a house, I have to fit in some fishing. It's just when it gets to the end, I like to get it done because it's just weighing me down. I've been on that house for over 2 months, working on that house. There's 6 to 8 weeks worth of work in that house. It was terrible. So yeah, no, not a problem. If you message me on Messenger, I'll accept you. On Facebook Messenger, you know, it's not Facebook, but I'm on Facebook, but on Messenger I'm under Verns C. So if you contact me on Messenger, Niall, then when you get ready to come over to England for a fishing session, I'll meet up with you. So yeah, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Yeah. Look forward to it. Contact me. Have you had a zip added to your Reed Storm? No, I haven't. Look, it's here. What am I doing? It's easy to move the bloody camera. Look. There it is. No zip. Needs to be in there. Needs to be a big zip. Needs to be a big zip. It doesn't need to be a big zip. No, I haven't had it done yet. I think it'll be about 25 quid to have it. See, the Reed suit. Let's talk about the Reed suit. There it all is. I like to hang it out so it doesn't get wet and mouldy, because my last jacket got mouldy. The Reed suit. It's flexible, so you'd think that if you caught it on something, it wouldn't rip. But I ripped mine. Only a small little hole, but I did yank it up and thought, that's caught on something, I'll get it up. And I went, rank it up, and it put all in it. So yeah, I then realised what I was doing and balls my jacket up. So yeah, it is hard wearing, but you can tear it. But then you can do that with any coat. The only thing I would say that is a bit of a fault with the Reed stuff is the fact that these don't come with a zip for you. But then that's only for men. If a woman wears it, they ain't got a zip either, have they? And it's even worse for them, isn't it? Because they've got to take everything down. So I ain't wiped that down, look. I've still got fish crap on it. See, now that's a good job why I've took it out of the bag and hung it up, isn't it? Because that's dried. So I'll wash that down tomorrow. That's how busy I've been. So yeah, what did I have done? So yeah, I had the patch repaired on it, didn't I? And then I had these squares put on the back to assist and help with filming, so that when I walk down the beach in the dark, you can see me. I thought that was a good idea. And when they put a zip in, horizontally across for some reason. I don't know why, but they put a zip in that way. So you unzip it and then get your old chap out, and then you can have a wee and then put your chap back and zip it up. I had a zip put in my bottoms on my thermal bottoms that I bought from Reed's, and that's across as well. They seem to put them across for some reason, but it works fine. It's brilliant. Want to try my luck against Vern with my 2L razors and R10s. With Alan's help, I will outcast my mate Vern. You'll not outcast me, mate. I'm younger. I'm younger. With a bad hip. I'm off to town on the 15th, till the following Tuesday. It's great that you're all chatting to one another. Is Brett gone? Great live, Vern. Gotta go. Bed. Enjoy your evening. Now, Brett's going fishing again tomorrow. He should have a video up now. So when this is over, pop along and watch Brett on his Wally. And hopefully, I've been yapping so much because I ain't got the wife here. The wife normally stops me and tells me about chat, but because she's indoors in the warm, yeah, I haven't got that. So I do apologise if I've missed any comments. Thank you very much for the donations that Lynn, Connor, and oh Christ, help me out, Pet, will you? Help me out. Was it Peter? I don't know. Thank you very much for the donations. Anyhow, I'm not on Facebook. I think it's a load of pants. I could always make an account, I suppose. Are you on Instagram, Niall? If you're on Instagram, I'm on Instagram. But you don't have to be on Facebook. You can just go on Messenger, I think. I think you can make an account up with Messenger, and then you can just, you know, if you're coming over, it's because otherwise it's hard work talking on YouTube, isn't it? Because it's all comments. Alan donated. So it was Alan, Connor, Lynn, and there was another chap, wasn't there? I was quoted £45 for zip, but with my postage, taxes and their postage cost £70. Ooh. I think my first repair on my coat where I ripped it and they stuck them patches on, it cost £10. They charged me £10 for repairing the hole in the coat and sticking these patches on. And that black bit is the patch. I then asked them to put their sticker on it to make it cover it up. So yeah, that cost £10. My my zip in my thermal bottoms cost £25, including postage, which I thought was all right. But what I'm saying is that equipment and gear is really good. If you wear the bottoms with a coat, it's really warm. If in midwinter you've got their under layer, which is just for a thermal, I guess, trousers and top, and you wear the bottoms and the coat, you're roasty toasty. You can have a t-shirt in a bag, so if you get cold you can whip your coat off and put a t-shirt on top, but you're roasty. It's not cold. I do have hand warmers because my hands suffer with cold. My daughter, I think, my hands suffer with cold. They go really painful. But my daughter suffers with Raynaud's, so I guess she's got that from my DNA. So, yeah, that clothing, Reed clothing, is really good. The only thing I don't understand is why they don't come with a zip in anyhow, because I know it don't help the women, but we can't help everybody. But if they put a zip in, you can always get a she-wee, can't you? And then you can slot that in, can't you, however that works, and have a wee, can't you, like a fella? So yeah, Reed stuff, brilliant. I just don't understand why it don't come with a zip already in it. And if it came with a zip already in it and they put an extra 40 quid on it, so what? You either make your decision and buy it, or you buy something cheaper, don't you? Has anybody got any questions they want to ask me? There's 53 still in. I've got 39 thumbs up. Thank you very much. I would like some more. When you leave, if you could give me a thumbs up, it just helps the channel. If I've missed anybody in the live, in the comments, I apologise. I haven't seen everybody. Because I've just been yapping, haven't I? Man, I agree. Reed, our first class quality, would buy again. Have kayak gear from Reed too. I think Reed are actually more kayak based, aren't they? They do all the equipment for that. And I always had, someone told me once, if you want us, Peter Marsh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Peter, for the £2. It's much appreciated. I don't go live to to receive money, but yeah, thank you very much. I'll put that in my diesel tank, or I shall buy some ragworm for it for my next fishing trip. From all donations received tonight, thank you very much. Yeah, I went live tonight because I haven't put a fishing video out. I said to Paul P, I think it is, that I would show the difference with the spin fisher reels. Oh God, what is it? Things start with A. There's too many of them, isn't there? There's Agios, there's bloody... what is it? Accessory. I used to look at Accessory camera gear, and I was going to buy one years ago, and I ended up buying an 8-man, so I didn't buy one, did I? But perhaps I should have done. I wouldn't have been on the GoPro now. But time will tell with that. Anyhow, Accessory sent me that, so I thought, oh, I could do a live tonight. We'll put that old video out and get that gone, and then do a live, unboxing that, show that. You will see Tom doing a video on that. Hopefully, if he doesn't and he don't want to, then he ain't going to do it. But Tom will run through all this with me and tell me what I need to do and what not to do. And then we'll do a video on it and we'll see how it goes. And hopefully it'll be all right. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of cursing, swearing and ranting. And thank you very much, Happy Angler 01. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Much appreciated to everybody that has donated tonight. Like I say, I haven't come on air for donations, but it's much appreciated. It will go towards bait. It will go towards some fuel. I'll try and add you on Messenger. Yeah, if you can add me on Messenger, Niall, or I'm on Instagram, you can talk privately on that as well. But if you want to meet up somewhere, then it's good to sort out. And it's a long way to come to England. And yeah. Well, look at that. Can you hear that hair? Hey, that's all right, isn't it, eh? I've still got hair, you know. I'm losing it at the front a bit, but I ain't lost it at the back. Where it looks like I've lost it, they're just scars. The wife, Tom, will drop it off tomorrow when we pick up Jessie. I'll take it to Airsoft and run round with it. Would be good to see how the sensors do. Tom, I don't want it shot with a ball bearing, mate. Do you know what I mean? Don't shoot it with a ball bearing. I've only just got it. Tom plays bloody SAS games, shooting. Gets shot. He gets shot in the nose and all sort. Oh, bloody hell. Well, let's go on Airsoft then. Tom, it's got a bulletproof case. I hope it's bulletproof, but it should be for Airsoft, and hopefully. So, yeah, you put it in the case, Tom. I've got a headband. You've seen it with the headband on, you know. Yeah, Tom does paintball, and he also... I don't think he's done paintballing for a while, but he does a lot of Airsoft, where they run round in a building getting shot, and he'll come home with a hole in his nose or something. Yeah, thank you very much for the donations. You know, I'm not going to stand here and say because before you go live, you've got to put it public, you've got to put your title in, and there's a button that says monetization, and you click on monetization to allow it for people to donate. If I didn't click that button, you know, I won't click it, would I? But I do click it. But I do appreciate it's there, isn't it? I mean, there's a cost in YouTube, and there's a lot of cost in it. I wouldn't say it's extortionate, but obviously, if you lived next to the seaside, you wouldn't have too much cost, would you? Because you'd probably just 2-minute drive to the coast and you'd be there, or you'd walk out your door and straight on the beach. But for me, I've got an hour and a half's travel to either coast, whether it's Yorkshire coast or Lincolnshire coast. So there is a cost, and it does cost a lot of money for fuel. You know what fuel is like. It is coming down now, which is good, but there is a cost. There's bait, isn't there? But I've always got a freezer full of bait, but I like to get a few worms now if I can. So yeah, I do click monetization. So I'm not going to stand there and say, oh, and all this. I just appreciate, if you've donated tonight, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. It will either go on diesel or it'll go towards bait and for the fishing videos, and yeah, that's it. Don't need any more rods, do I? Because let's be honest, I've got more rods than bloody anybody needs. I've got old fiberglass rods, I've got all sorts of rods, reels, I've got everything. So, you know, bait and fuel, thank you very much. We could move to the coast, wake up each morning to a sea view. Pet, I don't need to wake up to a sea view when I wake up to you snoring and with your mouth open, catching flies. I don't need a sea view. I look at that and I feel lucky every day. That'll lose me some subscribers, won't it? Prefer sling and lead. I don't blame you, Anthony. It's whatever rocks your boat, really, isn't it? Tom enjoys his airsofting and paintball. Do you know what? If I was younger, I would do it as well. But I can't duck around with a gun now. I'd get shot up within seconds because I can't get down on the floor or jump out of the way. But if I was young and had a good body, I'd be doing it as well. The wife wants you out fishing so she can have some peace. Keith, I will fish with you hopefully next week, mate. We will go fishing. Ain't he sweet, Karen? I'm absolute diamond, I am, Lloydie. Is there anybody want to ask me any questions? She's going to sell all my fishing gear when I peg it. Verns Airsoft. Isn't that great, eh? I said to my wife, I said, when I'm dead and gone, will you watch these videos back and say, do you know what? He weren't a bad sort of fella. He had his moments. He got in a mood. He got in a grump. He was stressed out all the time, but he weren't a bad lad. And she went, no, not going to watch them, Emma. And I thought, right, well, there we go. There you have it. I'll probably die before the wife anyhow, hopefully. I did think I'd live longer than the wife, but I watched a video today on Facebook of some old boy, and he said the worst thing, they were asking him how's life, and he said the worst thing is loneliness. And I thought, well, I'm going to be quite selfish here, and I'm going to think that after watching that, it was a bit upset. It wasn't upsetting, but it just rung true that how lonely some people as you get older can be, or even younger, you know. And I just thought to myself, yeah, I don't want to be old and lonely, because I don't think my kids will come around and see. Well, they might do once a week, do the obligatory visit, but I think I'd be quite lonely. And by then, there'll be electric cars everywhere. Diesel will be, if you can still buy diesel, it'll be £10 a gallon, or a litre. It's probably £10 a gallon now, £10 a litre. And I won't be able to afford to go anywhere. So I won't be able to fish. I won't be able to do anything. You'll just get a video of Vern, the grumpy old man. And I'll be sat in a chair, probably shat myself, pissed myself, dribbling out in the corner of my mouth, doing YouTube. Yeah, we get on. We get on, mate. You can't be together for over 30 years, can you? And there's nothing there. So she won't admit it. She don't admit anything really, does my wife, but you know, she knows she's got it good. Is there any questions anybody want? Deep down, Keith. Is there any questions you want to ask? No? Well, I don't believe it. I've got 51 thumbs up. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the donations as well. It's much appreciated. Yeah, you are lucky, pet, aren't you? You're so lucky. All the work I do for you. Look forward to that video. Yeah, me isn't it? Do you know what? I think I'll do YouTube. Oh, God, my hip. I'm going to have to get that done soon. I think I'll probably do YouTube all my life. It might not always be fishing, though. It'll be fishing for as long as I can fish. For as long as I can afford to get to the beach. For as long as I can afford to travel. For as long as my body can get me there to the beach, I will do it. But at some point in life, I've not joked, I've said to Tom, I said, make sure you get my death on camera. Not necessarily my death, but if I'm in a hospital, then I'll be doing YouTube. I'll do a live from the hospital or whatever. So yeah, I think YouTube is for life. I think yeah, I think YouTube is for life. I enjoy YouTube. I enjoy filming. I enjoy doing some lives. Don't enjoy the lives as much as filming, as doing a video. But yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy YouTube. So yeah, it's fishing now. It will always be fishing for as long as I can fish. So it'll be a sad day when I can't go fishing. But yeah, after that, if I'm a grumpy old man going downtown, going to the pub, doing a YouTube video, that's what it'll be. There'll always be something. And let's hope I keep picking up subscribers to keep me going. That's the thing, isn't it? So she'll fill me in my coffin. She can't film my death. So she's going to kill me. My wife is going to kill me. There you go. That's something to look forward to. She'll be bearing down on me with a pillar over my head. It is honest. It is honest, Bailey. There's some out there that don't think it is honest. There's some out there that think I lied to my subscribers, but they're just dickheads, aren't they? They're just dickheads. Oh, might have lost another subscriber there. Hope I haven't offended anybody. But yeah, life is full of dickheads, and some of them get on your wick. Well, wick. Let's say it's a little tiny wick, like a candle. Question, Vern, what you had for tea? Right, what did I have for tea? Well, I'll tell you what I had for tea. What are we on? Is it Wednesday? So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. No, Saturday, Sunday. Was it Saturday? Where did we come back? Anyhow, let's just say for the 3 nights we've had that Eat Fresh, Hello Fresh or whatever it is. We got 3 meals from them. I don't know what it cost. It cost £8 or £9, but we got 3 meals and they were really tasty. We had bloody wraps like with mince and a rocket salad, which was spruced up with some feta cheese and that, which was nice. But that it's like, you know, I hate Mexican food because you eat it and it drips out everywhere and it's just disgusting. How can you go to a Mexican restaurant and eat and look like a normal human being rather than someone's going, it's dripping everywhere? It's like Italian food, pasta. It goes everywhere, doesn't it? It's down. It just does my head in. So I don't particularly like that sort of food. The next night we had, what did we have the next night? Well, we had another meal the next night. It was chicken or something, whatever it was. That was tasty. And then the next night we had meatballs with cheesy mash and broccoli and their red stew or zoo or whatever gravy type shite. That was really nice. So we enjoyed that. And then last night we had, so last night, Alan, I had a meal for one from the Chinese, which was, we get it and we just half it because there's plenty. There's too much. It was a chicken curry with egg fried rice, that sesame toast, spring rolls, chicken balls, sweet and sour sauce. We split that in the middle, and I couldn't eat it all. For some reason, the last 3 or 4 weeks, my appetite has reduced to the point where I don't really eat so much. So hopefully, we're gonna, if she stops buying the sweets and chocolate, which I've asked her not to, especially tonight, hopefully I might start losing some weight if I stop drinking so much lager. But yeah, that's what I had last night. I had a curry last night, and the nights before we had this Hello Fresh or whatever it is. Pasta. Was it pasta? I think it was pasta, wasn't it? Was it chicken pasta and some sauce? It was all nice anyhow. And the thing is, they send you coupons so you can then buy some more meals, and all you do is you get these meals free and you just pay for the postage. So I think the first one was you get 5 meals for, you pay £5 for the postage and you get the meals free. Well, you know how much a meal costs. It's quite cheap, isn't it? And now I'll leave him at the top of the, this is what she says, at the top of the road for the council to take care. In a bin bag, yeah, probably in a bin bag. She'll probably save on the bin bag though and put me in tin foil. Right, I'll read it after this, Niall. I can't see anything while I'm on YouTube. I'll read it after this, Niall. Thanks a lot, mate. Anthony, Willie Bin Coffin. I think the wife would just drop me off in the middle of the town centre and drive them and let the council put me in a pauper's grave. See you later, Lloydie. If you're going, Lloydie, let me know when you... Lloydie, let me know when you're moved in with your mum so I can send you this, what I've got you. Because well, I'm looking forward to sending you so that you can get it, because it's something worthwhile. Do you know what I mean? It's not a crap shit. Load of crap. Martin Musher, after the hounds next trip. Hopefully. I haven't looked at the weather. I'm gonna try and get out this week, and then next week I'm gonna meet up with Keith and Alfie, hopefully, and do a session with them. Keith's been asking me for a while now, but I've been working on the house. So yeah, hopefully hounds, Ray. You know, I really want a Dover sole as well, but I'm not in Dover. I'm on the Holderness coast, and that's why I'm using the little tiny boat rod so I can chuck it in short. You're not going yet, Lloydie. I wish you'd bloody hurry up, mate. Tony, we'll meet up soon, mate. Don't forget, lads. Tony, many thanks. Don't forget to check out Alan's Castaways on YouTube. He's diamond chap, absolute diamond. He's struggling with fences at the minute, but he's a diamond chap, and he's got plenty of patience for anybody that can't cast to help him out. Is there any more questions anyone want to talk about? I have got too many rods. €50, bigger fish than when I see you. 50 euros? I can't afford that. That's 10% of my wage for the month. Perhaps a fiver, eh? I'll go to a fiver, biggest fish. £50, yeah. Forget you're in euros. Mate, £5. I'm from Norfolk, for God's sake. if I see a telly on the side of the road, I'm doing an brake turn to go and get it in case it works. Death scene on Casualty. I haven't watched Casualty. Well, I suspect he's still in it. Who was that idiot that was in it, Pet? Who was that bloke in Casualty? What was his name? We were only talking about him yesterday, weren't we? We haven't watched Casualty for ages. We haven't watched Coronation Street, Emmerdale, or any of them either. Well, we haven't watched Emmerdale since it stopped being a farm. Yeah, thanks, Lloydie. Thanks for that, mate. Yeah, it'll be good because I'm looking forward to sending you this. I saw this and I thought, that's Lloydie. And I want to send it because it's eating away at me. I got it before Christmas. But yeah, no, it'll be good. You let me know when you're there, Lloydie, and I'll send it to you, Mum. Charlie in Casualty. What a bloody rubbish actor he was. I presume he's still in it. So anyhow, quickly, this is my baiting tool that I use. It's out of copper pipe. So what I do is, that's it. I cut it out of copper pipe. I cut it in half, and then I cut this shoulder on it here. So that what I do is I put the bait in here. I bait elastic it up. I then put my fingers on this collar here. Well, put my thumb on there like that. And I put this thumb in there. And I drag it off. Say tight lines, Vern. Say tight wallet. I'm a tight wallet. And I drag it off. And then, obviously, the bait elastic is still on it. So that's the baiting tool. And I then put the hook in. And I bait elastic it. Hook to the bait, pull it off, stick the pennel in if it's got a pennel on it, and that's it. So that's what I do. So not only is this copper, this was made probably a year ago now. And then what I do is I put Bonder Seal on it. Bonder Seal is the same stuff that I use on the fishing rods. And I put Bonder Seal on it, and it stops it going green. Now, it's getting some tarnish marks on it now. There, as you can see, but all I do is I just rub it with a Scotch pad, if you know what that is, clean it all up so it's copper again, and then I paint it with Bonder Seal again. But like I say, this has been a year. I did use some varnish, some spray lacquer, and it didn't last long, the salt water into it, but with the Bonder Seal it works, and everybody can get a bit of copper pipe. You just have to be careful when you cut it. So what I did was, with how I bait, you see, a lot of people use these air rigs, and I'm against air rigs. It's just me being a stubborn Norfolk twat. So what I do is, I thought to myself, well, let's do something and bait up as though it's a dongle rig, but you ain't using a dongle rig. So this is the original one. This, as you can see, is the longer one, and that level, you can see how much longer that is. So the idea of this one is, this is just the copper pipe at the minute. So I've cut it out. Some people use margarine tubs, but I use a bit of copper. It's 30 odd mil copper as well. So you, I haven't got a bit here. Oh, I've got a bit here. So it's this copper. It's the big copper pipe. So it starts off like this, and then I cut it down to this. There's no bit on it. I don't sell them, you know, it's for me to use. Now the idea of this is I can put a full squid on here. I have it very narrow. When you get the other versions of this, and you bait elastic on it, it's hard to pull off. All you need is a thin piece of copper on here for the base, for the bait to sit on. When you elasticate it, when you put your thumb on that, because there's a reason for that shoulder, you put your thumb on there, you put your hand around that with your thumb, and you slide the bait off. It slides off easy no matter how much bait elastic you put on, because this is thin. It's big enough to hold the bait, but it's thin enough to slide it off easy. Now, the reason why I've made this long instead of this one, like you can see the difference there. Yeah, that's level. Look, you can see the difference. It's twice as long. The reason for that is I can put a bait on there, elasticate it up, and then what I do is when I put the hook in, I'll put the hook in there. So the hook, the first hook, the bait will be right down to here. The first hook is going to be there. The second hook will be at the end of the bait and it'll be really close. So there's two hooks. I'm not using circle hooks. I've got different hooks. I've got special hooks. You will see the special hooks. They were in the last video. If you watch the last video, you'll know what the special hook is. But they're the hooks that I'm using this year, and I'm quite chuffed with them. I've told John about them. John's bought a load straight away, and he says, bloody hell, they're brilliant. So the first hook goes in there. You've got all this bait down here. Well, what is an air rig? You have all this bait hanging down there, and you have the first hook in, don't you? That's exactly the same, but it's not a hair rig. You've got a long bait. You've got all this bait here for the fish to engulf. And then when it engulfs again, hopefully it'll get hooked. And it'll be hooked, and it'll be hooked at its lips. So it'll be easy to retrieve. If it goes a bit further, you've got the second pennel hook. So that is this year, what I will be using as, or instead of, as an air rig. So that is what I will be using this year, because I ain't using an air rig. I don't, you know, that's freshwater fishing. I'm sea fishing. I think sea fishing and freshwater fishing should be totally separate. And the more camouflage gear I see on the beach, the worse it is. You want bright reds. You want yellows, you want blues, you want every colour, but not bloody camouflage. So, yeah, this is what I'm trying this year. I've only just made this. I have been setting the baits a lot higher and having the bait hanging off this and wrapping it and doing the best I can. This is for small baits. This is for big baits, for when I'm fishing for rays. This will be perfectly all right for smooth hounds. I can do a smooth hound bait on there as well. It might not be as big, but it might be bigger than this one. But what I can do is I can set the hooks up higher up the bait so that the fish has got time to mouth that, get it in, and then get hooked. And then I've got a better chance of unhooking it. We'll see how it goes. It worked well with the bass in the last one. I had the special hooks on there, and I also set them really high up on the bait on this. I had the first hook here, and I had the second hook just hooked in the top of it. It was literally, both hooks were really close together, and I had this hanging over, and the bass was hooked in its mouth. So it worked on that one. I've made this the other day. I've just got to put the Bonder seal on. I'm rubbing it with my fingers now, so I'll have to give it a little rub with a Scotch pad, and then wipe it with some rubbing alcohol or methylated spirits, whatever you got. It's all spirit based. And then once it's clean, I'll Bonder seal it. And then the Bonder seal lasts for ages, because if you was to take this to the beach, within a couple of days it'll be green and you'll be covered in green, and it's not good. But that's over a year old, and I've got a bit of tarnish in here where it's obviously got scratched and got in there, but the rest of it is perfectly all right. So it works for me. It's what I use. It don't cost me a fortune. I've got absolutely tons loads of copper pipe, and I don't mind making it, but when you're cutting it out on your bandsaw, one slip and you could lose your finger or it'll snag. But you just got to be careful when you make it. You could cut it out with a little tiny coping saw, and then just file it. It's really smooth. There's no catches on it because you don't want, and these lines across here are parallel. I put a ruler on there, sit a ruler on, hold it up to the light and see if I can see any daylight, and any high spots I file it off with draw filing so that it's nice and smooth, and then I rub it all down with emery cloth and Scotch pads. If you know what a Scotch pad is, if you do any painting, you should know. Make it smooth, and then I'll Bonder seal it, and it'll be what I use this year. You will be seeing this in my videos. So yeah, that's what I'm doing instead of an air rig. I'm not going down that route. Yes, I'm stubborn, some might say, but that's what I want to try, and it's worked up to now. I'll be pleased to use this. That's what I'll be doing. So beautiful in Bernard Matthews style. Now that's us going back a long while, isn't it? Great memories from days gone by. You're right there. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, you can make that out of plastic plumbing tube, and yeah, you can make that out of any tube, plastic, stainless, copper. They even make it out of a margarine tub, I believe, or some sort of margarine tub. I've seen it on another channel. I use copper because I've got it, and I've out of this last house I've got loads of copper pipe out of there, that size as well. So it's a it's quite a big size, that, isn't it? 30 mil or whatever it is, copper pipe. I don't know, I ain't a plumber. Right, well, thank you for everybody that has donated on this channel tonight. I'm well chuffed. It will help the channel out. It'll either go towards diesel or it'll go towards bait. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in and commented. See, my battery thing has gone low. Why isn't that charging up? Yeah, thank you to everyone that's tuned in. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm sorry I haven't put a fishing video out, but next Wednesday there will be a fishing video out because I will be going this week or at the weekend, hopefully. So if not, it'll be early part of next week and Tom will have to rush. But there will be a fishing video next because I've only got one more video in the bank, and it's only 20 minutes of me moaning, ranting and going on like a little school kid. And we didn't want to put it out back in the day when I'd first started. So we thought, bloody hell, people will turn off. But they're turning off in the droves now anyhow. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this live, please consider clicking subscribe. And it don't get any better than this. It is what it is. I am what I am, and I say what I say, but I don't say exactly what I say, because if you did, you would lose your YouTube channel. I could go on air and rant and curse and everything else and upset everybody in the world, but we don't do that because you have to be, well, you have to be decent about things, don't you? But yeah, I'm surprised you didn't take the copper for scrap. I've done that in the past, but yeah. I like making these, even though I might be doing someone out of business, but I don't sell them. If I was to make one, I would give it away. I've given them to people in the past. I don't know if they still use them. I think they're fantastic. I use them. But yeah, bit of copper pipe. Like you say, you can do it in plastic. You can do it, and if you did it in plastic, you wouldn't have to put the Bond seal on either, would you? You could do it in plastic, rub it down, make sure all these edges are parallel. When you put a ruler on, you can't see no light through it, so that it's touching all the way along. Because if there's a high spot here, when you pull the bait off with the elastic, it'll go tight and then it'll go loose, and then if there's somewhere else, it'll go tight again. So that's why I put a line on like that. I put it on and then I look through it, and yeah, so it slides off easy. Plus this is nice and smooth because I've sanded it, draw filed it, sanded it, and then put the Scotch pads on. So yeah, if you do run out of plastic, you ain't even got to mess about putting Bonder seal on like I do. But this is the commodity that I've got, and it's the commodity that I use. Right, Vern, been enjoyable. Thank you, Keith. Hope you enjoyed your pint and it's been comfortable for you, sat down, mate. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the donations. It's much appreciated. Like I say, it'll go for diesel or bait, and it'll help the channel out greatly. Thank you very much. Thank you for everyone that's give us a thumbs up. It's all much appreciated. I've enjoyed this live. I hope you have too. And if you watch it in the future, yeah, consider subscribing. But yeah, it is what it is, and what you see is what you get. And I normally say something that's going to upset somebody, especially a cyclist. Thanks a lot. I'll see you all later, and I'll see you anon. Ta-da, and thanks for everything, and thanks for tuning in. See you anon.